All right, it is 6:30, and I'm going to call this meeting to order. We have all council members here. Paul Pickett, Council of District 1, is on the phone. We also have Mayor Hales, Brooke Smith, our recorder, GL Critchfield, our city attorney, and Jennifer Kennedy, our executive director. We're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Kathy White of the Murray Chamber. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Kathy. All right, our first matter of business is approval of the council minutes from April 1st, 2025. Do I have any changes or adjustments?
I didn't see any.
Okay. And I will entertain a motion.
I will move to approve the minutes for April 1st, 2025.
I'll second.
I've got a motion from Councilmember Cotter and a second from Councilmember Turner. All in favor say aye.
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 And
Aye.
thank you, Paul. All right. We'll now go on to citizen comments. So this is general citizen comments. If you have anything on a specific, we do have public hearings later in the agenda, so if you have something specific to that, you can wait till we hit those general, or those items later. So this is general. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes and step to the microphone, state your city of residence, your name and city of residence, and then there'll be a form that Patty has, she'll have you fill out.
There we go. My name is Kelly Taiawali'i. I live in Murray in Council District 2, and I happen to also serve on this Murray City School Board. But I'm here as a resident to just say how glad I am to be part of the Murray family. Congratulations on the opening of your museum. That block party was fantastic. I just really love so many things about living in this great city. And we have our coordinating meeting where we discuss some things, but I thought, you know what, I just want to come in a public meeting and thank you guys for what you do and how grateful I am as we are going through and building onto Murray High School and doing the addition on Riverview Junior High School. Just super grateful that our public approved those bonds and how great it is when I hear reports from our construction manager and different people, how great it's been to work with Murray City. We're excited to take the traffic off of Tripp Lane and to be able to have the drop off and pick up on school property to alleviate stress from residents and the city. And just there's been some little nuanced things that has been a little tricky, but just wanted to thank Murray City for working so well with the school district, and I'm really grateful for the relationship that we have. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're all going together.
This will be the best musical number we've ever had.
I know. We're coming up together. So Jen Keegalin, I live in District 3. And we'll all go, we'll take a few minutes. But I just want to express thank you to all of you and the city, not only for allowing me to bring the Main Street program to Murray, but what a success we had at the block party. I don't even know what else to say other than wow. Like I had to stand up against a light post and just take it all in. It was breathtaking, amazing memories for years. I mean, I just thank you so much.
I'm so shy. Sherry Van Bibber, blood type B positive, and do you need my address? I don't have to do that anymore? Okay. Pam, what district am I? Diane, 4. It was so amazing. I just started feeling my thighs. We had, that doesn't sound good, but we had literally a booth at the very front. We had the dunk tank at the very end, and we had the kids zone, the whole street in between. So trying to run between all of them since all day long and then all night long was difficult. But the mayor kicked it off. We thank you. And I think Doug, I have video of Doug, but I think somebody did dunk you. And you kicked it off. Thank you for being a willing participant and representing city council for that. But the kids, the little kids, the people, I've never heard so many comments. My family that works at the Park Center and at the rec center, they've all said the amazing comments that they've heard from everybody. And everyone's like, when is the next one? And we're like 2030. So thank you though.
I'll be quick. Kathy White, District 2, and also on the Main Street Murray Board. And just, again, echo, Friday night was an awesome day, and just want to say thank you to all of you for helping us put it on. So thank you.
I'll be quick too. Jared DeMann, Neighbors of Murray City Magazine and the Chamber. Yeah, thanks. And I want to thank Brett also for being the first to be dunked, set the stage there. Apologies for my dad, the soccer coach at Murray High. He was tied up. They're trying to win a state championship right now. But next year, he promised. He's in. Yeah, so thanks again.
Janice Strobel, District 3. It was really fun being part of that. Thank you. And the museum is just gorgeous and looking forward to what that's going to add to our downtown. It was really fun to be part of that and add more excitement to the opening of the museum. Thanks again, city. It was wonderful.
Leanne Parker Reed, Council District 3, Scott, thanks. Thanks all of you, and thanks all of you, Council, Mayor, and especially thanks the citizens for showing up and having a good time with us, and all of the businesses that showed up and participated. It was a wonderful event. So thank you all.
Hi, I'm Clark Bullen from District 3. Thank you so much for that wonderful evening and for the wonderful morning and the dedication of the Murray Museum and Restored Murray Mansion. It seems like the start of many great things to come, the Armory, the theater, historic plaza downtown. It just feels like we're moving in the right direction as a city and a community, and I just want to thank the council for their work on that, and the mayor and the staff and everybody. Great things are happening. Thank you.
All right, then I'm going to close the citizen comments portion of this meeting. Thank you for everybody and their comments. We'll now move on to our special recognition section, and we'll begin with a farewell presentation for Miss Murray, Elisa Sullivan, with Mayor Hills and Elisa Sullivan presenting.
Elisa, are you going to do a slide?
Yes.
Yes, okay, we'll let you do
Slideshow.
that first, then I'll come down after.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great, there it is. Hello, we've all met before. You saw each other Friday, and that was just a wonderful final event for me. The whole closing of the opening of the Murray Museum and the block party, it helped me really come full circle with my year and remember all the reasons of why I wanted to be Miss Murray in the first place and how I've been able to see that through my year. So thank you for all the work that all of you do. I wanted to review who the royalty was this past year. I was Miss Murray. We had Ashlyn Talcott as our first attendant. On the right, Alexis Thompson as our second attendant on the left, and then Eloise Bowers, who is my little miss. She is still my little miss and will be going to Miss Utah with me in about a month, and we're very excited for that together. To just review how my year went in general numbers, I had 92 total events. This does not include all of the other meetings I sat through during the week to do all these planning or any of the emails I had to send. And in these 92 events, I had 12 parades, 8 ribbon cuttings, and 1 hot air balloon ride, which I didn't think was going to be part of my year, but I'm so grateful it was. All of these events equal to approximately $250 215 and a half hours of service based on what was in my calendar. I will say some of these events went longer than what's in my calendar, some went shorter, so this is just our approximate guess. But when we think about it, it's almost 9 full days of complete service. Social media was a big part of my year and who I am as a person. So I posted 205 times on social media, with my videos only gaining over 151,000 views. My most popular post was actually on Saturday. It got over 5,775 views, and it was of all the girls who competed on Saturday coming out of the interview. It's a very, very sweet video if you can find it on Instagram. And then I touched over 200 lives with my suicide prevention presentations that I got to do throughout the year. This year wouldn't be possible without my biggest fans, my fan club back here. We have my mom, Kaori, my dad, Alan, my sister, Lynn, who is now part of this year's royalty, and my fiance, as of a few weeks ago, Preston Hardy, which has been pretty exciting, been a fun transition to go from Miss to future Mrs. But you've all probably met my parents a few times throughout the year. They've come to almost every single one of those 92 events that I was there, and they were taking pictures, they were chatting, helping me make sure I felt confident and comfortable in whatever situation. And I could not have done this year without this whole crew behind me. We also have Ellie here, who is the new Miss Murray director. She's not in the picture, but she is the new Miss Murray director, and we're so thankful for all of her help and support. Miss Murray is part of the Miss America Opportunity, which is a professional development program that empower women to lead. And so on the slide is the current Miss America, Abby Stockard. She's from Alabama, but her boyfriend is on the Jazz. So she's in Utah quite a lot to visit him, and so it's been fun to have her around. As part of the Miss America Opportunity, there are 5 pillars and values that we kind of build ourselves on, which is style, scholarship, success, service, and sisterhood. So I wanted to go through how I've seen each of these in my year. Style, I find this as presenting yourself to the world in a way that is comfortable and true to yourself. This year, I really grew in my style, what I like to wear, how I like to present myself, and all of these different things. And I found I love bright colors a lot, and I look good in yellow. So you might have seen me at the ribbon cutting in yellow. But this dress in this photo is what I'm wearing to Miss Utah, and I'm very excited to wear yellow. Another part is scholarship, challenging yourself to learn more and grow your mind. This one has been one that I've really focused on. I've earned over about almost $5,000 so far through Miss Murray program, being in attendance or serving in other capacities, as well as being Miss Murray. And I am so thankful for all of this and the support it does to helping me graduate in a few years. The next one is success, achieving your goals while working towards happiness. I'm competing for Miss Utah in a few weeks. I've mentioned it before, but it is a huge achievement and something that I've been putting a lot of work and effort into in the last few months, and I'm very excited to showcase myself and my talents on that stage. Service, giving your time, energy, and talents to those around you. This has really been what my year as Miss Murray has been about, is serving the city and giving back to a city that has given me so much already. And I loved going to all the classrooms, to the ribbon cuttings, and just being around and being part of this community that is built on such wonderful people and service. We have the final one is sisterhood, celebrating and supporting the women around you to create lifelong friendships. These are all of the beautiful young women who competed for the Miss Murray competition on Saturday. And they have all truly grown so much from this experience, and are all wonderful, beautiful people, and we probably most definitely have future Miss Murrays in these photos. So we obviously have Alexis, who won, but a lot of these girls definitely have the chance of becoming a next Miss Murray, and I am very excited for all of them and their future endeavors. I wanted to just go through a basic idea of what I did each month of my reign, or my top 4 events for each month. So in May, I had the firefighters breakfast. I did a 5K with the Parks and Recreation Center. I spoke at the Multicultural Assembly at Murray High School, and I was part of the nonprofit night, or I got to be a guest at the nonprofit night held by Jen Kuechel and her real estate. In June, I did the Centennial Park celebration, which was super fun. I got to help with the merch booth. There was also the Miss Utah competition, so we supported Dakota Anderson, is now her name. At Miss Utah, I spoke with the Rotary Club, and it was the start of parade season. In July, we had our Little Miss Camp, where we got to talk to all of these wonderful girls. Our service project this year was making motivational keychains for the firefighters and EMS, and it was just wonderful to see all these young women, all these young girls grow and get to experience the Miss America opportunity. I got to be a part of all the 4th of July celebrations with the Murray City, the sunrise ceremony. I judged the Chalk Art Festival, and I was just around during all of the Murray celebrations. Me and my family also took a trip to Japan, and I got to do a little bit of Miss Murray stuff in Japan and a little bit of service. So that was super awesome. In August, we have the safety fair, we have ribbon cuttings. I did a suicide prevention presentation to a retirement home, and this was the end of parade season. September, we obviously had the Hot Air Balloon Festival, which was incredible, and I'm very excited for it to return. We had the, I'm blinking on the name, but it's like the City Power and Festival, which was super fun to be able to meet all those families. I worked with Linda and Kids Read that day. We came and presented for all of you, and we had more ribbon cuttings in September. October, I helped with Viewmont Elementary's school carnival. We had the Haunted Woods. I gave more suicide prevention presentations, and I helped at the trunk or treat held by the Parks and Recreation Center. November, I did more events with Kids Reads. We were able to pass out all of the books that have been donated to the elementary school students, and to see their faces light up really was so fulfilling. I did a bunch of events with my Miss Utah sisters, and I got to help out with the historical Murray haunted tours, which was super fun. In December, there was a lot of events with giving and fundraisers that I got to do, as well as some more ribbon cuttings. In January, I spoke in Little Miss Ellie's classroom. I got to be a part of more elementary school activities and give more suicide prevention speeches. February, I stopped by Capitol Hill to advocate for a mental health bill, and I got to see Rosalba Dominguez there, which was super fun, super exciting. She's doing awesome work up there. It was also Miss Utah's teen, so I supported some of my friends as they competed for that, and I got to speak with a Girl Scout troop about confidence. In March, I gave more suicide prevention talks. We had our Miss Utah Spring Workshop, and I assisted at Miss Amazing, which is a special needs beauty pageant, and also Mr. Inspiration, which is a beauty pageant for special needs men. In April, this past month, I helped with the Parks and Rec Easter egg hunt. I got to teach a dance class at Hillcrest Junior High School. I was on Fresh Living, and I gave a speech at the Murray Association for Girls senior luncheon, and it was a wonderful time for me to share on what I've learned through my year of service with those who are seniors and who are graduating and moving on to bigger things in their life. So this past Saturday, we had our Miss Murray competition, and this is just a quick overview of who our royalty is. They will also come and introduce themselves to you. But we have our Queen Alexis Thompson in the middle, our first attendant Lynn Sullivan on the left, and Sarah Christensen, our second attendant on the right. And these are truly the most wonderful girls. They are so kind and so driven and so confident, and the city is going to be in good hands with all of them. We want to continue to ask the city for help, and we are so appreciative of the support that you gave us this year and that I got. And I know that you will continue this work with Alexis, but continuing to invite us to events is wonderful, and having us represent the city during parade season is truly a highlight, as well as continuing to fund the Miss Murray competition. It doesn't just go to running the competition, but it's what provides these scholarships, and it's what's going to help a lot of us graduate from school and make bigger differences in the world, such as me, who is going to get my degree in social work and start going into mental health, and hopefully I'll be joining Rosalba on Capitol Hill doing some lobbying. That's the big dream. So what's next for me? I'm competing at Miss Utah June 12th through 14th, as stated before. I am finishing my Bachelor's of Social Work with an emphasis in mental health and suicide prevention. And depending on how Miss Utah goes, I will be getting married soon. We'll see. But I am very excited for these next stages of my life, and everything that I learned this year from all of you, from all the citizens that I was able to meet, is something that I will carry with me forever. And I've been so grateful for this experience, and thank you all for the support this year. I want to just finish off with the quote that I started my year off with. If someone listens or stretches out a hand or whispers a word of encouragement or attempts to understand a lonely person, extraordinary things begin to happen. This is my theme for the year, where I tried to reach every single person in Murray, and I tried to serve every single person I could, and really show everyone that they matter and that they are important to us as a city, to me as an individual, and to those around them. And I will continue this theme throughout my life. So thank you again so much for your support.
I'll just take a real quick minute, but I wanted to thank Alyssa, sorry. I know that. Alyssa. Say, Alyssa, I'm back and forth.
Yes.
Alyssa, thank you. Anyway, for all you've done, you have really been one of our most busiest Miss Murrays that I ever can recall. And I said this at Miss Murray the other night, but what you have, which is amazing to me, is your humility. You are so humble, and that's hard when you are someone that accomplishes a lot. You keep that humility, and that just makes, in my opinion, makes you the greatest person on earth. So thank you for all you did. I noticed that you had a picture of going up in the balloon, and there was some lady that was in that picture with you. That's my wife. I was supposed to be in the balloon. I started to go up, and I said, "Get me down." I said, "I cannot do this. I'm not going to do it." And I got out, and my wife said, "If he won't do it, I will." And so Cindy went up with her, and I said, "Was it fun?" And she said, "Yes, it was a blast. You'll have to do it again." She started to describe the feeling of it, and I said, "Yeah, never. No, I will never do that." But anyway, it looked fun. You guys were cute. I followed you all around and picked you up. But anyway, again, thank you so much. We gave her a clock. I think next year I'm going to take that clock back from Miss Murray so we can re-give it or get 2 gifts or something, because we gave her a beautiful clock with her information on it, and it was engraved. And so anyway, but thank you so much for all you've done. You have been a wonderful example here, and a great example as what a Miss Murray should be. So thank you for all you've done, and good luck with your fiance. He speaks Japanese too, I understand. I'm not sure where you could both meet, where you both speak Japanese and you both lived out of the country for 2 years and 18 months. But anyway, so congratulations on your marriage. That's awesome, and a big thanks from all of us. So thank you.
Thank you. Am I allowed to approach the stand? I have thank you notes. Give it to her, Kate. Perfect.
Council members, do you have any comments?
Thank you for your service. You've been a lovely Miss Murray, and we really have enjoyed seeing you at different functions. So you have a beautiful smile, and it's been nice getting to know you. So thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Elisa, I'm just going to say, you're amazing. I love you, and I'm proud of you. Good work.
Thank you so much.
All right, our next recognition is of Captain Steve Elfson in obtaining his Managing Fire Officer from the National Fire Academy, with Joey Middleman presenting.
Welcome, Council, and I actually don't oftentimes feel like, man, it's hard to go after Miss Murray. I don't know if you guys feel like there's a pressure, like, you are amazing, and I've already said that to you multiple times during the year, but that is awesome, so congrats. So, well, with that being started off, if I could welcome up Captain Steve Elfson up to the podium here, because really it's not a highlight about me and talking, but I really want to see, and this is maybe going to be a little bit embarrassing, but will you come up, Crystal, as well? And there's a reason for this, is behind every good man is obviously their better half. and their better half is Crystal. And I got to say, with education, Steve would vouch for me. The only way some of us firefighters get our education and our efforts done is through very supportive family members, and especially spouses that really kind of carry us through. So I want to go over a little bit about what this is. A managing fire officer goes through the National Fire Academy, and that's back in Maryland. And it's a program that is set up to be at least a 2-year program. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Steve's been working on this a while because he is a perfectionist. If you don't know that about Steve, he goes over and over and over. And these are a couple of the classes that you have to go through. It's essentially, you could say, equivalent to like a bachelor's program by the time you have your base stuff done and then you finish out. Or you could say if you already have your bachelor's, which he does, it's kind of like doing a master's and it takes you 2 years. But he has taken special classes in response to terrorism, community risk reduction, training professional and development challenges in the fire and emergency safety, and then also leadership courses. With his capstone, at heart, he is a true engineer. Although we call him Captain Elfson, I would say if you gave him a wheel of a fire engine and a ladder truck and anything to do with that positioning of an apparatus, he is an engineer at heart. So he wrote an engineer manual. Now, he didn't just write like an engineer manual. He wrote a 110-page engineer manual. And this goes over everything from how to drive an apparatus to turn on an apparatus. And this is like a safety manual for our folks that is pertinent to Murray specific. And that's the amazing part about it, is we have our own very own engineer's manual out of this. It also goes over something as simple as friction loss. The way my simple brain works is you pump it 150 and you cook it 350, and that's all I had to know in the fire service. But it's really not that. That pumping at 150 is a PSI where you adjust levers, and there's much more science to it than that. And that's where I mentioned Engineer Elson is at the heart of his soul there. Also, apparatus placement. When you look at a fire scene, you don't think like, oh, that engineer's parked that specific place for a real reason. He has always been our critique in the entire department to make sure that our apparatus placement on fires is not only safe, but effective and efficient on our fires. And we've been constantly working on that. And then also the community risk reduction is a huge aspect of his manual, to where engineers oftentimes, you see them with a little bit tanner of a left arm because it's hanging out the windows as they just cruise on down the road. But in reality, when they get on the scene, they're not in the blood, guts, and gore because that's gross. But what they are doing is they're reaching out to the family members. They're noticing the smoke detector that's maybe beeping or missing in the house. And they're doing so much more on these calls that helps out the family and community. And so as Captain Elfson went through that, he's really created a long-standing tradition that we can pass on. So without further ado, I have a certificate that the National Fire Academy sends out that is his Managing Fire Officer program. And I just want to say, Captain Elfson, thank you so much for your time, your service. And Crystal, thank you even more for supporting. And we so appreciate it. And then I'll turn some time over to Steve really quick, and then he can introduce his family as well. So.
So I'll just be very quick. Obviously, I want to thank my technical advisor, my wife, Crystal, for all of her help. Without her, it wouldn't have gotten done. I want to thank my mom for making the trip. Maureen, or Red, she doesn't have red hair anymore, but you can still call her Red. I want to thank Crystal's parents, Jay and Sandy, for coming up to make the trip. Obviously, I want to thank Joey for his kind words and his guidance, extremely beneficial. As you guys should all know, as mayor and city council, you've got a great fire chief in Joey Middleman, does an excellent job. I also want to thank the mayor, Brett Hells, and the city council for all of their support for police and fire. I'm in Diane Turner's District 4, by the way. So the last time, I'll just say this real quick, the last time I spoke at a city council meeting was St. Patrick's Day 2016. We had just formed a new union, Local 4821. I asked the former chief, Gil Rodriguez, to speak. I said on the union's behalf, he said, sure. It didn't go very well for me. Gil was not happy for me. I'm hoping for a better outcome this time. So again, thank you, and thanks to my support system here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Captain, and congratulations on your hard work. All right, our last thing is to recognize the Murray City Employee of the Month, Tyson Green, paramedic and firefighter, with Brett Hales, Joey Middleman, and myself presenting.
Yeah, you got to come up, Tyson. You're getting an award. You got to stand. So, anyway.
You look like Baloo the cuddly bear, like, that's Baloo.
That is blue. Congratulations, Steve. That's awesome. Thank you. We appreciate, you've been here almost 25 years, right? Yeah, congratulations. We appreciate all you do. And Tyson, this is a great opportunity. Thank you. Tyson's a great, I say young man because they're all young to me. But you have been awesome. Joey was really excited to be able to do this for you. So, and I noticed you had tons of support, and then I heard this beeping noise go off, and everyone got up and left. So I know they love you, but response comes first. So anyway, we just want to recognize Tyson for all he's done for Murray City, our fire department, and just a big thank you. We appreciate, this is a great honor to be the Employee of the Month, and let's give him a big round of applause. I'll turn the time over to Adam. He's going to give you some money. And then Joey, we'll talk for about another 20 minutes. And then, now Joey, I tease Joey. I love Joey. And a nice compliment, Steve, because he is. It's just a cool thing when we were appointing him. It was a neat thing. I was brand new as mayor, and I thought this is a neat experience for me to appoint a 22-year-old boy. So I thought that was kind of neat. He's not much older than that, folks, but he's an amazing person. But anyway, congratulations again.
I'll go over here.
Okay.
That makes more sense. So Tyson, congratulations. This is from the council. It's a certificate and then a $50 gift card. Where you can spend it wherever you want. So, but thank you for your service and all that you do for our city. It makes a big difference. Mm-hmm.
All right, a couple of little mentions. Tyson started in 2008. I had the actual privilege of being, you could say, his paramedic partner in 2008 and getting to do some training with him as he started up. As we talked a little bit and I got to know him, he was a big scouter. And that has gone throughout his life, I think, and his career here, to be that same mentality of always serving others and always being active in his community as well as his crew and then also the department. So it's been a privilege to hang out because from day one, I thought it was the weirdest thing is we're cruising down in the ambulance. I remember it like it's just yesterday, and it's over at 6100 South, and we're going down to go over to a training, and he's like, hey, after this training, can we just spend a little extra time and just go over some stuff, like what tools we're going to grab, what you're going to grab, what I'm going to grab, and I'm like, that's what we're here to do. But he's like, well, no, I want to spend a little extra training time. And that made all the sense in the world now looking, back over the past 17 years. And it's been awesome. He has helped us both train our new folks that have come up with that same passion, is just constantly going and going and going. He's organized our training equipment at Station 81. He also ordered all of our new and placed our Swiftwater rescue stuff with Little Cottonwood Canyon, Big Cottonwood Canyon River, and then also the Jordan River. We are big into that river rescue business, unfortunately, and fortunately we have the equipment. But that has been all thanks to Tyson to be able to put together new and efficient training and equipment with that, as well as he has trained over 100 of our high school students every single year for the past couple of years. And just with their CPR training, as well as between him and Tad, they train every single month our community CPR program. And I want to stop there because I could go on and on and on, as the mayor knows. But Tyson's awesome. So Tyson, thank you very much. I really appreciate your service, honor, trust, and community, man. Yeah,
Do you wanna
I don't know. Is there
recognize anybody?
Oh, you do, yes. You better, sorry, Dan, I didn't see you back there.
Yeah, just with me is my wife Diane and my daughter Madison. She turns 11 this month, and I have two others that There we go. And so two of them couldn't make it here tonight. One's in a fire academy, also wants to follow the same path. He's working for the city right now as well as a fire inspector. So he loves working here and being here like I do. I wish my crew was here, my shift that had to bail. I moved over to A shift just a few years ago, and from day one, they treated me like family, and it's been incredible. My crew, I was wondering who kind of nominated me or chose me for this. I wasn't sure, but I couldn't ask for a better crew and shift that supports me every day, constantly building me up. And I love them, love my family. I work way too much. If you look at our overtime, I pick up too many overtime shifts, and my wife is home alone at nights, and I appreciate her for all she does. I love her to death, my family, and all that you do to support me. And I just want to say thank you to them and admin as well. We've all worked side by side forever, so I love you and thank you.
All right, thank you. And feel free to leave after we've done your part. Yeah, you do not have to stay unless you really want to talk about zoning. All right, then we're going to move on to our public hearing. Our first public hearing is to consider an ordinance relating to land use, which amends the general plan from office to general commercial and the zoning map from GO general office to CD commercial development for the property located at 20 East Winchester Street, Murray City. I do not see Zach Smallwood, so I'm assuming Chad Wilkinson will present.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I was just having an existential discussion about whether I wanted to talk about zoning or not, and I do. That's the good news. I do want to talk about zoning. So glad to be here. Let me grab my presentation here. This is, as was mentioned, a general plan and zone map amendment. Could go backwards to go forwards here for just a moment. So the property is located at 20 East Winchester. You can see the property outlined in blue there. You can see the let's see if I can get my cursor to go here. I'll just talk through it. There we go. To the north is Winchester Street, to the south I-215. Over to the east we have State Street, so that gives you an idea of where the property is. The next map is really, I think, the map that tells the tale. So when we look at general plan amendments, there's really just a handful of times where we want to look at a general plan amendment. One is if we're doing a comprehensive general plan amendment, looking at the entire city. Another would be if we want to correct an error that was made during a general plan process. We want to say this is a time where we recognize that maybe there was an error made. Another time, though, is a change in circumstance. And I think this particular general plan amendment request really epitomizes that change in circumstance. Of course, in 2020, we had a worldwide pandemic, and the nature of work and where we work and the places we work changed fundamentally. We had quite a bit of land that was previously designated for office use in our general plan, and this is an opportunity to relook at that and see if that still makes sense. And in this case, as we've analyzed this, we've determined that this is a good candidate for a general plan amendment based on some of those changes. So you can see on the general plan, you have this professional office to the east, office, which is that light blue, and then general commercial. But again, looking at the actual zoning in that area, this really is a property that is really surrounded by general commercial zoning. This is a property that makes sense as we look at a change to that general plan. And it makes the logical sense to extend that that zoning from CD to the west to take in that parcel. Just really quick, a couple comparisons. This just gives the idea of what the office zone allows as far as uses and zones that go with it. General office, R&B. General commercial is really for our CD zone. It's our biggest, highest retail use zone and allows for a variety of uses. And as you can see in the description, it talks about areas that are even that are close to node areas, close to regional shopping centers and those types of developments. Just a quick overview of the comparisons of the zoning standards, fairly comparable in the setbacks and the various standards. This was noticed to the public. We sent out 52 public notices. As of right now, we haven't received any comments from that notice. So the findings that we would propose to you are these. This is an opportunity, again, to look at the general plan. The general plan does provide for flexibility in its implementation. Amending this future land use plan allows for some additional redevelopment opportunities for this property. Again, we're looking at a zone that really, as we looked at this back in 2017, we had an idea of what that office need was, and that's changed fundamentally since that time because of the change in our work habits and our work patterns in the community. So with that, we've got that fourth finding there that talks about the goals and objectives of the 2017 plan. And again, the Planning Commission looked at this a little while ago, back in February, voted 6-0 to forward a recommendation of approval to the City Council. So happy to answer any questions. We would also recommend approval of this general plan amendment and zone change.
Okay, any questions from the council?
Was this going to be the one that's going to have like a little conference? Was it?
Yeah,
like
a little
civic-
event type use, yes, that's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yep.
Councilmember Pickett, do you have any questions?
I don't. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's good. Thank you, Chad. Then I'll open this up for public hearing. Anybody who would like to comment on this item can come to the microphone. Please limit your comment to 3 minutes. Step to the microphone, and then state your name and city of residence. Okay. Seeing no public comment, seeing nobody, I'm closing the public comment hearing. And I will open it up for either a motion or discussion among the council.
Is the applicant here today or not? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Does the applicant want to say anything? You don't have to.
Really wanted to talk about zoning, so if we start from the beginning, I can kind of give you a comprehensive history and.
I would love it. As historian, let's go for it.
No, Councilperson Cotter's question was very appropriate. What Ms. Cordero plans to do with the property. Right now, it's an existing single-family home. She has her home office in that, which is an approved use. But she noticed that there's such a lack of public meeting spaces for people to hold celebrations, for people to have get-togethers and whatnot. So she's thinking that that's what she wants this property to be. General office, it was not allowed, but in the commercial, general commercial, it is. So we would just ask that you consider both the zoning amendment and the general plan amendment.
Is she going to have a piano there? I was just curious. For my daughter's sake, she teaches piano, needs a recital place.
I mean, this is the first step. We have to get past you guys first, and then we can talk about all the fun stuff.
That's great, thanks.
Any questions for me?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Been suggested to comment. My name is Fred Cox. I'm an architect. I live in West Valley. We looked at several possible uses for this lot prior to the decision to seek to rezone, and there were a lot of limitations. We figured out that we can get about a 3,400 square foot footprint, and we get 20 parking spaces. but the current zone didn't have the options that the applicant's been looking for, so we sure appreciate your looking at this. Thank you.
Any discussion from the council? Okay, then I'll entertain a motion.
All right,
Okay,
I
I'm
move to-
closing the public meeting a second time, since apparently we reopened it. Now it's officially closed a second time.
Okay. Good. Okay, I move to approve an ordinance related to land use, amends the general plan from office to general commercial and the zoning map from GO, general office, to CD, commercial development for the property located at 20 East Winchester Street, Murray City.
I second it.
I've got a motion from Councilmember Goodman and a second from Councilmember Cotter. Brooke, will you call a roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Paul.
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Goodman?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye. All right, then the vote is 5-0 to approve the change. All right, we'll move on to our second public hearing, which is consider an ordinance amending the city's fiscal year 2024-2025 budget. Brenda Moore presenting.
Hello. I know we've been working on 2526, but this is the third of 4 amendments to the 2025 budget that we're in currently. We did talk about it in committee of the whole. I did add one thing on this particular one, the last item, number 8, Power Fund to receive $383,657 from the sale of their green credits or RECs that they acquire through purchasing power from the landfill gas. Because the state of Utah has no requirement that we do green energy, these credits aren't worth anything to us. And there are people and power systems in California and other places that will pay us for these RECs. So this is a great way to keep our rates low because the power from the landfills is more expensive than some other power we could buy. And it helps our ratepayers and it helps the California people also. The other items in here, we have general fund to increase from reserves, $197,000, $133,000 of that's for rent, to cover the rent on the MBA bond that I neglected to put in last year's budget. $64,000 from the police department to cover increased costs for the animal shelter. The Salt Lake County Animal Services. Interest budget will be increased to cover some additional benefit costs in the treasurer's office. It's a very small office, so that needs to be raised. They did go from opt-out to having insurance. $24,000 for Community and Economic Department for salaries due to payouts for retirement. ComDev also received a $10,000 grant from the Department of Natural Resources, so we'll receive that and use it towards a water use and preservation efforts and planning. Arts and History received $17,000 from the Utah Division of Arts and Museums for general operating support. And the State Liquor Agency's revenue came in $10,398 higher than I had anticipated. So that will be allocated to DUI and DUI enforcement and equipment related to that. And then $25,000 to be transferred from the prosecution budget to the prosecution professional services, because we are down a prosecutor, and so we hire some of that out. And I do not move between those two things without your permission. Capital improvement, we are for, this is
written the wrong way. The Pro Shop and the cafe are going to do an HVA system. That is not in capital improvements. That is actually in the golf fund. They will do that directly for themselves. And I think the ordinance is written correctly. The memo is not. And that's it on here. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Brenda. Then I will open this up for public comment. If you'd like to comment on the budget amendments, comes to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and please keep your comments to 3 minutes. All right, I'm going to close the public hearing on the budget amendments. Do I have any questions from the council? Any discussion? Then I'll entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to adopt the ordinance amending the city's fiscal year 2024-2025 budget.
I second it.
I've got a motion from Councilmember Turner and a second from Councilmember Cotter. Brooke, will you call a roll?
Mr. Pickett?
Aye.
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Mr. Goodman?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hawk?
Aye. It passes on a 5-0 vote. We'll now move on to the Power Bonds public hearing. Brenda Moore, once again.
So I'm willing to give you the presentation that we've done before on this, or I can just highlight the highlights of the bond. Power has approximately $18 million worth of projects that need to be done within the next 3 years. If we do not bond for them, the ratepayers, we would need a rate increase to cover the cash coming out. We have set the parameters, which you voted on last meeting, at no more than borrowing $25 million. It's going to be closer to $19 million. No more than 7% interest rate. It is actually going to be somewhere between 4% and 5%, most likely. The other parameters were we would not sell it more than a 98% discount. It would not be sold for a discount. And then designating the officers that can sign as the mayor and negotiate a finance director, mayor and finance director. Principal amount not to exceed 25 million, maturity 30 years max. I think we're going for 20. Most of this stuff will last longer than that, but 20 years, we can afford the bond payment. Any questions?
What are the projects? Can you
The
just
projects,
list them quickly?
We're going to redo the substation. We have 2 transformers on order, which are approximately $4 million. We're going to build a storage facility to get all of our equipment that is very expensive out of the snow and sun. Sun is not good for hydraulics. We are going to rebuild the gas turbines. That will happen hopefully before July, so that those turbines, all 3, will be able to run and help with our peak stuff, along with the gas. Work on the penstock that is coming down Little Cottonwood Canyon to the hydro. So we have to do some maintenance in there. Then work on the Sandy Siphon, which provides some water to the city of Sandy, and it is our requirement to maintain that line. Don't ask me, it was 50 years ago that somebody wrote that contract. And then some other miscellaneous little projects that will come up. But those are the majority of what the funds will be used for.
Power things are not cheap.
They are not cheap.
I know. Thank you, I appreciate that.
What are the callback parameters on the bond?
Well, minimum, if We are most likely going to go private sale. If we do private sale, it would be callable anytime. For the first 10 years, you'd have to pay a 1% penalty-ish of whatever was left. If we go public sale, the normal call feature is anytime after 10 years, you can call all the bonds and pay them off early or refinance.
So we can pay the bonds off early.
We can, and we usually do.
Yeah, great.
Any other questions from the council? Okay, thanks, Brenda. Then I'm open this up to public comment. Please step to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and you have 3 minutes, and then fill out the form with Patty. All right, so there is no vote on this. So it's just for information, so I'll close the public hearing, thank you. And we'll move on to the mayor's report and questions for him. Brett Hills.
Thanks, Adam. I'm going to do something similar that Main Street USA did. I want to talk a little bit about the event that took place. And so, we have a new CCO or PIO or whatever, Erica Brown, and you're going to be getting slides on this one because that's what Erica does. She doesn't do anything small. She does everything big, and she was involved heavily we have been on TV almost at least 1 or 2 times a week, and it hasn't been bad. It's about this event that we've had. And so we had a fun event. I'll just real quick, we held the Murray Museum grand opening downtown block party on Friday, May 2nd, 2025. The celebration started out with Wendy Richhart, one of our art board members who played Margaret Cahoon, mother of the mansion builder John P. Cahoon. Special thanks to Pam Cotter. She's our chair. She spoke also at the museum opening and did a great job, so thank you. And for all the council members that attended, which I believe was all of you, thank you. We welcomed over 1,000 community members over the day. So with more than a little over 400 guests that walked through the museum itself, a great turnout that really shows the love of our residents for Murray. Just like you, oh, there's my wife. She dunked me. She tried to dunk me. Now, they claim the ball went right into the bullseye, but it wasn't strong enough. So Doug Hill came up and nailed me, and I landed in Joey. Where's Joey? Joey's out there, but that water was not warm. Fire department said it's warm. They lied. But anyway, it was cold, but it was a great time. Let's see. We had major support. Erica came up with this campaign of Love Murray, and that has gone all over. The campaign is being used by all the media now, and our Murray High School football team is going to have that on the back of their helmets, which we've never had that kind of connection with the city. I shouldn't say never, but for us to be able to suggest something like that, we're not involved with the school district, and yet they agreed to that. So that was really an exciting thing that she told us. We want to mention just a couple of our supporters as far as sponsors. We had Intermountain Medical Center. They have been awesome. Murray Youth Community Council, Sherry, you guys have been great. Murray Chamber of Commerce, Kathy, you guys have been great. Murray Partners for Prevention Coalition, a lot of you are on that. Sherry, do you lead that, Sherry? You lead that up? Sherry, when do you have time to be home? Not much, I know, I've talked to Bob. The Murray School District and the Murray City Downtown District. And I just want to say a big thanks to all of you, Jen, and all of you. I'm going to try this. Let's see how good I am. This is not wise to do, but I'm going to try it. Leanne, thank you. Now look at everybody. They're all going like, do you remember everyone's name? Janice, thank you. Jen, thank you. Jared, thank you. Clark, thank you. Kathy, thank you. Sherry, thank you. Peter, were you on that? No. Okay, well, Peter's here. I saw Peter sitting out there, so I thought I better say his name. just in case, he goes, thanks a lot for leaving me out, but, well, thanks for being here, Peter, anyway, so we appreciate you. Anyway, it was really, and did I miss, I know Kim Sorensen's over that department, and you can't say anything much without having, you have the police, Craig's group was there, Joey's, Power, they put up the signs, and Public Works, I mean, even Russ said today in our budget meeting, we've been doing budget meeting forever, it's now the council's budget. In our department head meeting, Russ Cackler, who's over Public Works, said, now, are we going to be doing this often? And I thought, oh, no. Erica, didn't you think that at first? I thought, oh, no, what is he saying? And then all of a sudden he says, because I think we should get some permanent things that'll block off the roads. And I'm going like, okay, Erica's the one that said, okay, do that. So anyway, and a big thanks to Doug Hill. He's in the mayor's office. A lot of this wouldn't work without Doug. So thank you. And Kathy, and who am I? Elvon, he was great. Chad, your department was great. Zach was so excited, Elvon and Zach, when they made the plaza over there, wanted to set it up kind of like it would be maybe possibly in the future. And they were just excited. And Elvon got sunburned like crazy. He has no hair. I don't understand that. But anyway, he has no hair, and he was red as can be on top and then sunburned everywhere. So I hope he's okay. Was he here? Is he here today? Oh, he's okay. He's sick in bed, but no, I'm kidding. Anyway, there was so much, and like you guys said when you got up, it was, and then to have all the businesses come in, you guys were great getting 25 businesses. Jen told me there were several businesses that wanted to come in that weren't part of Murray, and she had to say no, because she wanted this to be a Murray-specific event. And so it was kind of cool to see all the, and I know that every one of you that I'm looking at, we're all there till at least 9:40, because I was there till 9:40 p.m., and you were all there. And I thought that Murray sign on the lawn was awesome. And you have probably led us into getting a permanent one. Erica, of course, Erica, she's just, she doesn't let anything, no grass grows under her feet. She just goes and goes and goes. And like I said, the media has really taken to this, and they are showing things constantly. We have coming up June 2nd, so in a few weeks, we'll have our Armory, the new event center that'll be completed, and they're going through final inspection on Thursday. There'll be a few little things they need to fix, but I was over there today. It's absolutely beautiful. It'll hold over 450 people. I think 300 for the main area, and then some for another area. But it's just the coolest thing ever, and it's going to be like an indoor-outdoor, because the 6 windows, they're big like garage doors. They open up. It's just beautiful. So we're looking forward to that celebration on Friday, June 2nd at 10 a.m., I believe. Is that correct? And and then we'll get to do finally Pam's project in maybe July, August, September, October, November, December, I don't know. But the theater. Pam's on one of our committees, and so anyway, for the theater. But there is so much going on here, and it has been a cool thing to feel the Love Murray folks. They've attached onto this and love it, and thank you. You really, I can't say enough for all that our citizens have done for this, because Doug's always saying, it'd be nice if we had citizens involved that will run the program, and then we can help them. Well, that's exactly what we did. You guys ran the program. We assisted. And we all know that Murray has the best employees in the world. They really are. They are amazing. They made sure everything ran smooth. A big wind gust came up. JL, don't worry about it. No one was hurt. But took 2 tents up, didn't it? 2 tents were flying in the air, circling, and I thought Dorothy was in one of them. But it was a great night, and the weather was beautiful. It's probably one of the most exciting things, like you guys said, that I've ever participated in. It was a proud moment for Murray, in my opinion. So thanks to the council who helps fund these things for us. And so we're going to buy permanent roadblock things that, I don't know what you call them, but we're going to do permanent. That means that we're going to be doing this often. So we're looking forward to using this plaza. And so it's going to be fun. So thank you again. And I can't say thanks enough for all you guys, the citizens that ran with this, and our employees that supported it. So And Doug, thanks for helping out and being involved, and all of you. So thank you. That's my report.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you for everybody for all your work on the party this weekend. And with that, this meeting is adjourned.